Let's understand the judiciary and its role today and learn how courts protect rights, settle disputes, and keep government power in check. Have you argued with a friend or felt a school rule was unfair? Imagine wanting a fair judge to decide and help. Courts are places where people and groups bring their problems, so an independent judge can listen and decide based on law only. Rule of law means no one is above law, and an independent judiciary makes sure rich or poor follow the same rules. Courts protect citizens' basic rights like freedom and safety by preventing the state or others from violating laws against ordinary people everywhere. An independent judiciary acts as a check on abuse, preventing one part of government from becoming too powerful or acting arbitrarily often. Judicial independence means judges decide cases using law and conscience without pressure from politicians, money, or powerful people trying to influence outcomes. Security of tenure means judges of the Supreme and High Courts have steady jobs and cannot be easily removed for unpopular rulings. Judges receive fixed pay charged to the consolidated fund, so their salary cannot be reduced to punish them during service for decisions. The appointment process involves consulting senior judges, which limits partisan control and helps protect judicial independence in selecting higher court judges today. Courts can use contempt powers to stop people from disturbing court work, yet judges remain accountable to law and procedure always indeed. Judicial independence is not the same as unlimited power. Judges must follow the constitution and legal rules every time in their work. Who becomes a judge matters, since judges interpret law. Past supersessions in 1973 and 1975 caused heated debate about executive influence then. The constitution says the president appoints judges after consulting other judges. Later, courts had to decide what this consultation actually means today. In the first judge's case 1981, the court ruled the president need only consult the chief justice, increasing executive influence over appointment. The second judge's case in 1993 created the collegium, giving judges the lead role. And third judge's case clarified collegium composition also. Parliament made the NJAC to include executive members in appointments. But in 2015, the Supreme Court struck it down then as unconstitutional. Now, collegium recommendations go to the executive. Critics want clearer rules, while supporters say judicial primacy protects independence of judicial appointments today. Removing Supreme or High Court judges is very difficult. It happens only for proved misbehavior or incapacity after a formal parliamentary process. Both houses must pass a removal motion by a special majority. Then the president finally issues the order removing the judge formally. The Ramaswamy case shows this is hard. Even after a judicial inquiry found serious misconduct, Parliament failed to secure the required majority. India has an integrated judicial system. The Supreme Court at the top, High Courts in states, and district courts at the base. The Supreme Court's original jurisdiction covers disputes between the Union and states or between states, acting like an umpire in federal matters. Under Article 32, people may go directly to the Supreme Court for violation of fundamental rights. High courts help under Article 226. The Supreme Court is the highest court of appeal and reviews important cases decided by high courts, including some criminal appeals also. The president can ask the Supreme Court for legal advice on important questions, but the government does not have to follow advice. Article 137 lets the Supreme Court review its judgments, and Article 144 requires authorities to act in aid of the Supreme Court. Supreme Court decisions are binding on all lower courts, though the Supreme Court may overrule earlier decisions if convinced they were wrong. Judicial activism is when courts act proactively for public good. Public interest litigation began around 1979 to help those who lacked representation. Hussain Ara Khatun in 1979 helped under-trial prisoners get speedy trials, and Sunil Batra exposed cruel prison conditions, both landmark PIL cases indeed. Key terms include writs, habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, quo warranto, Articles 13, 32, 131, 136, 137, 143, 144, 226 and cases. Judicial activism increased government accountability. Courts ordered investigations, improved transparency, and required election candidates to disclose assets and qualifications for voter information. Critics argue PIL overused courts' time and blurred boundaries between courts and administrators, raising concerns about proper roles of government branches today. The judiciary and parliament have clashed on laws and rights. Keshwanand Bharati in 1973 said Parliament cannot destroy the Constitution's basic structure. So, what do we learn? The judiciary keeps rights safe, interprets the Constitution, checks other branches, and must balance independence with responsibility. Let us quickly remember independence, appointments, judicial review, PIL, and balance between branches. Keep learning gently and explore more on EduRev always.